Weird sticky notes keep showing up in my apartment. I live in a small studio apartment on the second floor of an older building. It's not in a bad neighborhood, but it's old enough that the hallways creak and the walls seem thinner than they should be. I would have never expected anything like this to ever happen to me. It's just me here. No pets, no roommates, no partner. I've lived here alone for over 4 months, and nothing like this has happened to anyone in my area. I'd like to say I keep things pretty routine before bed. I check that the door is locked and the single window above my little desk is latched shut. I've been doing it every night since I got here, almost without thinking about it. 2 nights ago, I woke up a little after 7 a.m. and went to the kitchen to make coffee. That's when I saw a bright yellow sticky note on the fridge, right at eye level. The handwriting was neat, almost careful, and it said, "Lock your window." I stared at it for a while, trying to remember if I'd left myself some weird reminder in the middle of the night. I don't drink, I don't take sleeping meds, and I don't leave random notes for myself. Still, I convinced myself I must have just forgotten to lock the window before bed, and maybe I wrote the note earlier and forgot. There couldn't possibly be any other explanation. That night, I made sure the window was locked, slid the latch over, pushed on the frame twice, just to be sure. I pulled the curtain closed tight. I even double-checked to make sure I actually locked it once before I went to bed. Despite everything, the next morning there was another sticky note on the fridge. Better that one made my stomach twist. Nobody else has a key. I asked around, asked the landlord, even tried to get in contact with the people who lived here before I moved in to ask if anything unusual had happened to them. But they didn't even see my message. The front door lock is brand new, something I had replaced the same day I moved in. The building's secure. The front door downstairs has a code lock, and you need a key to get into individual units. I called the landlord. He sounded annoyed, said he hadn't been in my apartment, and reminded me that it's against policy to enter without notice unless there's an emergency. He lives 2 floors down in the basement, and he's almost always there. He's not the type to sneak around. By then, I'd gone from unsettled to outright paranoid. I went out and bought a cheap Wi-Fi camera that connects to my phone. I set it up in the kitchen, facing the fridge. I kept the lights dim so the night vision would kick in. That night, I kept one eye on the feed while I watched TV. Every time I glanced at it, the fridge was there, nothing moving. Around 3:12 a.m., the feed glitched static for maybe 2 seconds. When it came back, everything looked the same. I told myself it was just cheap equipment. This morning, there was another note. Stop. I was about to call the police when I noticed something I'd somehow missed before. The handwriting. It's mine. It's my handwriting. And now, there's a 4th sticky note on the desk next to me. I didn't put it there. I would have seen someone walk in. See you tonight.